I just want to come back and talk about those who have kids. You can talk about this, John, but, don't outsource your kids' financial literacy to someone else. That's for you to say something about that second point.
So, yeah, massively, I suppose, motivated by telling people to do this for their kids. It's the biggest gift you can give them is the education to understand financial wealth, because let's be honest, we're doing this, it's not that hard. Okay, it's consistency and it's discipline and it's setting some wheels in motion to start early, or earlier than I did anyway. So it's
Start what early?
Well, and that's the thing. I think the first part of it is the education before the implementation. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to get a home each for my kids." Right? Don't worry about the homes. Worry about teaching them the basic concepts. So, like we mentioned before, no bad debts. Right? Having your emergency buffers, understanding how much comes in and how much goes out in your life, and be the example for them. If you're not an example for them, what have they got to aspire to? They're aspiring to the people closest to them in their life, right? And if you're just spending everything you earn, always having brand new cars, but not enough to go and invest or pay down your mortgage sooner, then that's what they're going to replicate until they're told otherwise.
One of my pet hates, and I get it because it's really, it has really good intent, where you said it before, people go, "Oh, I've got 3 kids. I want to make sure I buy an investment property per kid and there's a property each." It's the worst strategy ever for a couple of reasons. Number one, well, what if one of the properties is worth more than the other one? What if the other one has debt on it more than the other one? It just gets messy real fast, but I get the intention and I like the fact that people are thinking, I want to help the future generation, all that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Just build wealth in your own name, and then when the time comes for that kid, you can then decide whether you want to be generous or not.
Yeah.
Simple.
And go and buy your 3 properties, but don't label it with Jimmy's one, Johnny's got this one, Timmy's got whoever it is. But yeah, you're right. And I think the other part to that is don't keep yourself awake at night thinking that you haven't done your job. And an example of that is you've taught them the concepts, they've asked maybe some questions or maybe not, but if you're talking about it with your partner or talking about it in general, they're going to soak some of that up. You don't have to sit them down and say, right, we're going to have a financial wellness session here at age 12 or 15 or 20, because they're not going to probably take a lot of that in. But if they've failed when they're 22, that's okay. Right? You can't beat yourself up about it because they haven't gone down the path that you wanted them to. They've got to learn from the mistakes. But if they've got the actual foundations that you've led with right throughout that period, then they're going to be fine eventually.
Yeah, I reckon I was just thinking on the fly with teaching your kids about money, maybe 0 to 10 years old, we're just teaching broad concepts, give some, save some, spend some. Simple.
Yeah.
From 10 to 15, maybe in that first getting older, getting a first job, we're actually teaching them, sure, give, save, spend, but some basic principles about, well, because you're now working or you're getting some pocket money or something like that, we're going to set you up 2 bank accounts. One's your long-term savings for this. One is for your, if you want to go to the movies or your mobile phone plan or whatever. So we're teaching the structural behavioural things around money management.
Yeah.
And then 15 plus, we're still doing give, save, spend, but the discussion can be that save thing, it might move to invest.
Buying first home, first car.
Or super can come into play. We did a full episode on the First Home Super Saver Scheme. You could probably start using that with your child pretty early because it's a good little scheme. We'll put a link below. Vince and I did a full deep dive, and it's the best kept secret. So I think it's age appropriate. and don't leave it to someone else.
One thing I'd add there is I'm having this conversation with our eldest now who's just got his L's, going to buy a car in the next 12 months.
What's he want to get?
Well, this is the conversation, right? So for any 16-year-old around the country, the top end of cars is what, do you think?
Is it so? For me, it was like the Falcon and the Commodores. Is it now like Toyota 86?
79 series.
79. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the 86 was the little two-door coupe.
Yeah.
But now it's the 79 Land Cruiser.
Correct. Yeah, and they're about $300,000 top end. But
welcome to life.
So where this conversation went, and one of my recommendations is, and I'm not an expert at this, but I do have these regular conversations, is be careful of your money language because we're not telling them that they can't afford that or we can't afford to do this. We're just apportioning our money somewhere else on this occasion.
Yeah, it's either or.
Yeah. But when I sat down with Max the other day because he asked me, right, Dad, how much will I have in 12 months? And we set a figure. Okay, what is that going to get us? And he's like, okay, well, that's fine. That wasn't really what I wanted.
I needed 112 grand for a second hand and 79, but I was going to have $18,000.
So then we say, well, what will get you that goal? And then we do the maths and we run it down per month, per week. This is how much you actually have to earn. All of a sudden, it's a very different conversation. Now he's taking ownership of that and not putting his hand out for a loan. So I think it's educating them that way, not telling them that they're wrong or they can't have something, just outlining the
trade-offs,
the numbers,
sacrifice. And just we will move on from the kids thing, but around that age-appropriate thing, please show your kids monthly household expenses. You don't have to show them your income or your savings. It's just like, hey, kids, do you know how much it costs to wake up in your flipping bed every month? Well, here's our mortgage repayment. Here's your electricity. Here's your flipping internet.
Yes.
We need $7,000 or whatever it is a month to function.
Yeah.
So I know you want a PS5 or whatever the latest thing is. Chill out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to burden them though, do you?
No, but that's why it's always age appropriate.
Yeah.
And it might not be the full budget, but it's like, hey, our mortgage is $3,000 a month or, $800 every week we have to pay.
Yeah.
You just worked yesterday and earned $60.
And that's when they really get a concept of it. It's like, okay, I worked for 4 hours. I've got myself $60 or $70.
Yeah. And mum and dad are paying $800 a week.
It cost us that just to live when you were at work.
Hey, it's Glen here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.